You know, my favorite version of Storm is in the 80s X-Men animated TV series, which is currently playing on Disney+. But I think it's time we talk about this amazing character and the top 5 actresses that I think could play Storm in the MCU. So without further ado, let's bring the thunder. Hello, all you lovely nerds out there. Welcome to another episode of Nerd News. I'm your host, Chris Chavis. And by now you already know that this show is created for nerds by a nerd. Here I am, back at you. Man, I haven't had coffee and you wouldn't even know, would you? So before we dive into today's episode, there's one thing I wanted to ask you, one thing that I wanted to hear your opinion on down in the comments section. And the question I wanted to ask you is, what do you think about Warner Brothers' latest move to HBO Max? In case you didn't hear, Warner Brothers is going to release their 2021 films all on HBO Max at the same time as it hits the theaters. And you know, with COVID going on, we don't know if we're going to see movies in the theaters anytime soon, so I think this is a really interesting thing to talk about. And what do you think the current state of, or the future state of theaters is going to be now that COVID has made its presence fully known, and it won't go away anytime soon. So yeah, I just wanted to know, let me know in the comments below on what you think about this topic. Is this the beginning of the end for theaters as we know it? I certainly hope not, because I love going to the theaters and getting my popcorn and my soda pop. Alright, and one last thing before we get into today's amazing episode. If this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like, subscribe, the notification bell, so that you could be notified as I post all this great content out to you, my fellow nerds. Alright, let's get to casting. So Storm, we've seen 2 actresses play this character, in that of Halle Berry and Alexandria Shipp. Both did an amazing job playing Aurora Monroe. They both, made that character their own, but there's still a lot of room to dive into this character. There's a lot of meats and bones, a lot of potatoes that need to be, that's a horrible, potatoes. What I'm trying to say is there is a lot of context that can be flushed out from this amazing character, and I think there are so many other actresses that can take that context that we really haven't seen that much in the movies, and well, we can see them now, brand new, when the Storm and the X-Men hit the MCU at some point in time. So the first actress off the bat is Ruth Negga. Now Ruth has already been in the MCU in a really good show that you probably have seen on Netflix called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now Ruth has this really strong connection to the characters that she portrays. And I think that strong, edgy performance that she always constantly delivers lends itself perfectly to the voice of Storm. And these traits make for a perfect Storm. Storm has that proud heritage, that proud notion that yes, this is my people, this is my village, I take care of them, but I also care for everyone else that I'm around. And Ruth looks the part. I mean, just don that amazing, I hope they can don the 80s animated gray, black, and the little X-Men on her shoulders, the little circles with the X. I hope they have that. But she would look fantastic in that costume. And like I said, Ruth has this really strong presence to her. She's very confident in her performance and very confident in the things that she does. And I think that will rub off perfectly to this character if she is cast in the MCU as Aurora Monroe. So next on the list, we're going to move on to Keke Plummer. So Keke is a little bit on the younger side on this list, but if you've seen my episodes before, you know that I cast younger or older. I kind of go in between all these age ranges because we don't know what Marvel's going to do. We don't know what kind of story. So you got to pluck out the talent that you can find in all the age ranges, and Keke is definitely one of those amazing talents. So Keke is more of a television actress, but as of late she was in a movie called Hustlers with J-Lo that catapulted her career, and she's going places, guys. That's right. She was in a movie with Jenny from the block. She used to have a little. Now she has a lot. And if Keke is cast in this role, like I said in all my episodes, a multi-picture deal will help a young actor and actress kind of develop their skill set with a character that has a lot of different layers. And I think this will help her. Man, her talent's great right now, but to dive into one character and really dissect it, this experience will help her move on to the next project in her career, and she'll take this experience and she's gonna take off with it. Next, we're gonna move on to Thandie Newton. Now, Thandie has been on a slew of TV shows and movies, and she's had a wonderful career, and she still is having a wonderful career. From Mission Impossible 3 to HBO's Westworld, she picks pretty good projects, guys. Now, Thandie is a talented actress. She too has that charisma and that presence to kind of, lift herself up and everyone around her on set. She has that presence, and that presence, yet again, carries on perfectly to Storm. So I think Thandie Newton's time for her to actually step in the foreground and be the leader of a movie, to actually, I can see spin-offs from this character if she was cast, because she's that good of an actress. So next we're gonna move on to Janelle Monáe. So what can I say about Janelle? Well, she was in an Oscar-winning movie, in that of Moonlight, and she also has a Grammy. This Grammy Award-winning Hidden Figures actress, Moonlight actress, is just chocked full of talent, and she's also on the list for fans. There's also fans that want her to be Storm as well, so she's on the radar of people or things are in the mix. From the fans, that is. And yet again, she is a very confident actress, a very confident woman, and I think, her performances are completely different in everything that she does, from Hidden Figures to Moonlight, and then she has the music side of her. She understands, how to tell a story, and this one excites me more than the others for some reason. I don't know why. There's a little asterisk on this actress. And another thing that's really cool about Janelle, she is a science fiction fan. So she loves all these fantasy stories and the storytelling involved in those types of films and that genre. And I think it's about time that she takes the next step and dives into one of these roles. And I think portraying one of the strongest mutants is a perfect stepping stone for her. But who knows what Janelle is going to do next? She has a huge career in acting and in music, and it's just interesting to see, X-Men aside, what this actress is going to do next, because she is a very talented actress. Alright guys, so we've reached the end of the list. How am I doing so far? Now this last actress, she has a circle on her name, an asterisk as well. This is the actress that I want to play Storm more than any of the actresses on this list. She is an Oscar-nominated actress, and she was already in a Marvel movie. So before you even go there, you're gonna be like, Chris, she can't play two different characters in the MCU. But you know what? I don't care, because she's a great actress. Lupita Nyong'o. Now Lupita, right off the bat what she's from in the MCU, Black Panther. I think before Black Panther, she was also a fan favorite to snag this role. I think just physically, she embodies and looks like Storm more than the other actresses. I love all the actresses on this list, but Lupita, it just fits for me. Now, obviously, Lupita is a very good talent. She's won an Oscar. She understands complex characters. She's very charismatic when she needs to be. She's very strong when she needs to be. She just fits Storm, and like I said, she looks exactly like Storm to me. Her style, her grace, it matches everything from that 80s animated show that I love so much. I think that's why I really fell for this actress in this role, is because it emulates that portrayal of Storm that I think nails a character more than any of the movies have done since then. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Black Panther 2. We know what's going to happen. We know there's rumors of, they're not going to recast T'Challa. They're going to have Shuri be the new Black Panther, which is great. That's exactly what should happen. But, Lupita probably isn't going to be Storm. I know that, but this is my fan list. And if she wasn't in Black Panther, right? And whoever Marvel casts in this role, I know it's going to be great. Marvel does a really good job casting their characters accurately, and they stick to the source material, which is something that a lot of people don't do. And let me know what you guys think of my casting choices. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk. And guys, until next time, remember, there's been some really good things in X-Men movies, but there's also been some really bad lines, like the line that Storm said in the first X-Men movie. You know what happens to things that get struck by lightning? What? The same thing that happens to everyone else.